100% over the next 3 years. It's a very exciting thing for Interface.
What I tend to find is when I go and ring these people up and say, look, I work for Interface, they're not used to speaking to companies, they're used to speaking to government bodies, and they're used to speaking to people who are forced to do things. Where I think it's great that we're working for a company where you're not actually forced to do anything. It's actually encouraged to go out of your box and go out of the normal way of thinking and try and find a different solution for things.
Jamie does get excited over sustainability issues. If he gets hold of something and thinks it can come to fruition, he will not give up on it, he'll take it all the way.
To me, seeing the changes and seeing all the labour that you've put into it actually come to something in the end, and something that actually means something of value, that gives me a buzz. It gives me that, that feeling that, yeah, I've made a difference, I've done something. It's great having challenges and having something to think about, something to go for. Ray Anderson, what can you say about the guy? He's basically done everything that he believes is true, and he's actually got his beliefs across to an awful lot of people, and he's made a difference. As an ideal example of how one man's beliefs can actually motivate other people to make a difference in the world. And I think if each person that listens to him, they take a little bit of his commitment and a little bit of his sort of drive, then I think it's a great thing. And if we can make that difference out there and show the people we can do it, then it's great that other companies may follow by our example. And that's what keeps me going.
I've worked at Interface for 7 years. My job is in yarn prep department. That entails archon operator and also hanging creels.
During one of our communication meetings with our manufacturing associates, Lena Marshall asked about participating in a program through which hourly associates could offset their travel emissions.
They was talking about carpooling, trying to kick down some of the carbon dioxide getting in the air.
And I asked the question, if we turn in all our gas receipts, would that in turn contribute more money for us to purchase trees? Then the more trees that are being purchased, the more it can offset the carbon monoxide in the environment. This is when the Clean Commute came to be.
Through the launch of Clean Commute, our associates offset approximately 1 million pounds of carbon dioxide emissions.
I hope that Clean Commute make other people think in terms of wanting to do more for the environment and recycling. The old saying is, one person can't make a difference, but one person can make a difference. Even if it's a small portion, every little bit counts.
And she's made a difference to me, to my life, and I can only say that the ones who participate in the program, she has made a difference to them also.
I think that Ray would be proud of Lena's question. I think that is the ultimate goal, to not only have our business performing in such a way that we move towards sustainability, but to also heighten that awareness amongst our associates and have them thinking in the right ways.
As I come here and been here for the 8 years I've been here, then I concentrate more on recycling. I make it part of my life, whether it's here or outside the company.
When you're younger, you don't think about the environment, but as you get older, you know that if we do anything to the environment, it can't stand. So she wanted to make a difference to help the younger generation.
Sustainability is what Interface is about. It's how we do business. We don't only want to be the best, most innovative modular floor coverings manufacturer. We have a conscience and we want to make a difference.
It's a good thing to work for a company like Interface because they're putting it into action instead of just talking about it, they're doing something about it.
Well, my name's Michael Field. I've been with Interface for about 3.5 years now. For Interface in Australia, I have 2 positions. The first one is as the Business Development Manager for the Western region. The second part of my job is as the National Sustainability Coordinator. I started off getting involved with sustainability because I saw it as a sales tool, something that would give me an edge over my competition. I started to look into it in more detail simply because as a salesperson I wanted to understand the concepts behind what I was trying to sell to someone. Sustainability, the heart of it to me is the ability to continue to do something indefinitely. If you want to do something and you can't keep doing it forever, don't do it. That's basically what it comes down to. You can do things in business for a number of different reasons, and you get a number of different effects from them. So from a pure environmental perspective, reducing waste makes a lot of sense because you're not using as many raw resources, not as many resources are going to landfill. From a business point of view, you're not buying the raw materials that you can't sell. It means that as a company we're more competitive because we're not charging our clients for the waste that we're producing. Some of that money you get to keep, which makes us more profitable to begin with. I get lots of invitations to come and speak at national conferences on sustainability. I do lots of lecturing at universities, high schools on just generic sustainability. And I always use Interface as an example when I'm sort of speaking generically with the students, because it is a true example of a company that believes in making a profit. We're not a non-for-profit organisation. We have to make money, but making money in the right way. And it's nice to be able to show the students the benefits of doing that. I think it's very, very important to educate the marketplace, and that's a part of my job that I take very, very seriously.
We've been working with Michael and talking about supply chain management models to come up with some real tangible results when it comes to alternative supply chain models. What we're after is both financial, economic and environmental gains out of this sort of research.
I present to architectural firms, design firms, government, schools, colleges, anyone.
Sustainability, I think it's got to work, and I think companies like Interface are the pioneers in this area, and everybody's going to be following.
I think Ray hit it on the head when he made the statement that it's not just the right thing to do, but the smart thing to do. And businesses need to start moving down this path if they want to stay in business.
My name is Jaap Rauw. I'm senior engineer here at Interface. I'm an engineer to develop new machinery and processes for making carpet tiles. When you design a new machinery or a process, you have to take in mind sustainability. A few years ago, Mr. Ray Anderson, he promoted the sustainability project. And on one day he sent us Emery 11s, and he told us you have to start with your project with big pipes, and then you can use small pumps.
Big pipes and small pumps principle is that you install bigger pipes than theoretically needed. That means the costs in the beginning are a lot more, but because you have less resistance flowing through the pipes, that means you can use a lot smaller pumps, and in that way you save a lot of energy and a lot of money too. And it also, of course, it's a lot better for the environment.
We were able to use big pipes and small pumps, and it has worked perfectly. It's for a company very important to respect the environment, because we're not only making carpet tiles, but until now we're making also waste. And we have to make the carpet tiles in a closed loop, without waste. What we can tell when we sell the carpet tiles, that is that in the near future we can take that carpet tiles back and make new carpet tiles of it. So that's a great idea, and it will help to sell the carpet tiles. I'm very proud to work for a company like Interface. That's the reason that I am for 34 years at a company. I will be retired in a few weeks, and I put something into Interface. I have seen a lot of results, and I'm glad that I can go on this moment. I can see back on a great past.
My name is Vicki Barnes. As Vice President of Human Resources, I'm responsible for all the compliance and all the employee issues that arise during any course of the day. I am also in charge of the training of the sustainability portion of our business, and I really enjoyed that because I wanted our associates to learn everything they could about sustainability so that it could have the same impact on them as it has been on me.
Vicky's heartbeat was to make sure that we were educated about sustainability, that we not only were walking the walk, but we were talking the talk as well.
EarthShare is an organization. They take payroll deductions and clean up our air, sea, and our water.